It's a very, very controversial, emotive case, and I do realize there are partisans on both sides. So I'm going to stick to mainly one fact, bring in, but I am going to bring in Marcia. Because you see, Marcia was in Scientology. Yes, that's right. She spent a few years in Scientology. She officially left the church, but guess what? Her husband stayed in the church for over a decade. So right away, that's a big alarm bell. So what is the singular fact worth noting about the OJ case? Well, it seems like a minor detail, but this is pretty significant. And again, the OJ case is very complex. So I'm going to simplify a big aspect. So just stay with me. It seems complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. So with the OJ case, a lot keeps going back to if OJ did it, what was the time frame? In other words, how long did he have to do the murders? And most reasonable people say it has to be between 10 to 10:45 on that fateful night. But here's the problem. There apparently is a phone record that shows that Nicole spoke with her mother, or possibly her father, we don't exactly know, at 11 p.m. Now, it's very critical because if they did have that conversation at 11 p.m., now it sounds stupid, but Nicole Simpson would have to be alive at 11 p.m. to have a phone conversation at 11 p.m. And why concentrate on Marcia? Because Marcia explicitly acknowledged this phone conversation. And even if you paid close attention to the OJ trial, they basically noted it, but it was never in the record. In other words, the phone records have still not been accessed. This is just a big mystery, but I want to provide evidence that this thing actually exists because it sounds incredible. But yes, the phone records have still not been made public.
And we didn't show them we're not going to show them anything with regard to the telephone bills or whatever. We're not going to show them anything with regard to the telephone bills or whatever.
Now again, you might say, this seems like a minor detail, but go back to the time frame. We need to know if OJ did the killings, when he could do it, and even if you think he's guilty, and getting the phone records would give us a better outline. Again, I am really just interested in getting access to the phone records, and it's pretty remarkable how blatant they are and just covering this up, especially Marcia Clark. She just basically acts like, oh, it didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Important issue. If Nicole was alive at 11 o'clock and making a phone call with her mother at 11 o'clock, OJ could not have killed her because he was entering his limo and in his
So
limo.
She's playing dumb. And if you know Scientology, they are trained to lie and manipulate and try to deceive people. Right away. That is even good faith. Basil, maybe she's not lying. Hubbard and Miscavige something isn't adding up. Now, why isn't this being allowed in? At this point, apparently, it is the property of GTE, which is today Verizon, and the property of the Brown family. So it does exist, and for whatever reason, a bunch of judges have consistently said, you can't access these phone records. Why not? It's the private property of the Brown family. But again, the OJ team is aware of these things and has asked for them. And even OJ has acknowledged the existence of these phone records.
And substitute host on CNN.
Well, you didn't know about those records?
You know, Dan.
Darn those.
Where were we?
So that's really the theme, is can we just access these records? Again, whether it makes OJ innocent, guilty, yada, yada, yada. It's just disturbing. This very vital piece of the puzzle is not being allowed access to by the public. Again, there are many ways to approach the OJ case. There are many theories, but this is a fact. All sides acknowledge this did happen. There was a phone conversation. There are phone records. This is real. This is not speculative. We can get into speculation. Is OJ guilty? Is OJ innocent? Did he have another killer? Was he working with a wider conspiracy? Is he totally innocent? Those are theories. This is a fact. For whatever reason, this major detail in one of the most famous cases of all time is just being, we don't know. We don't know. And Marcia Clark, who has written crime novels, written a book on the OJ case, she's a multimillionaire, for odd, strange reasons, is just not interested. She says, I don't know. I don't care. And yes, today she's been rehabilitated as a feminist superhero, ex-Scientologist. Oh, she's the victim. No, She's clearly hiding something. The Brown family is hiding something. The Goldman family is hiding something. And it's not just the phone records, but I'm concentrating on the phone records because this is you don't have to care about the OJ case. These things do exist. So it'd be nice to have access to them. But so far, all sides are just foot dragging and just not letting this into the public. Again, Nicole Brown Simpson's father and mother are dead. It's not a privacy issue. They're dead. So why is this not being allowed into the public? I don't know, but it's very, very strange.
The GTE phone statements, which were never introduced as evidence in this case.